What's up, legends, and welcome back to the series where I'm trying to beat Brotato on max difficulty with every character. Today is part 8 of the series where we're trying to beat it with Lucky. I actually pre-recorded this video and now I'm recording my face cam and audio afterwards, so let me know how you like this new style. But anyways, with Lucky, you start with plus 100 luck. Luck modifications are increased by 25%. You have a 75% chance to deal 1, which is 15% of your luck stat, damage to a random enemy when you pick up a material. You start with negative 60% attack speed and negative 50% XP gain. Yes, let's get into it. So for this run, I chose the chopper for that plus 1 HP recovered from consumables. Okay, so this run, wave 1, just try to take out as many as we can with the one blade that we have. Picking up the materials does do some damage though. So I do try to get all the materials that I can. Basically, the goal is to go for kind of a material type of build on this character. Got another blade here. Save the mushroom for next time for that nice bit of regen, and then we'll get another chopper next time as well. Now these blades, I will say, are not very good, but they're mostly good just for their plus 1 HP recovered from consumables buff, which can be nice, especially in the early waves, just to kind of middle waves as well, just so you don't make any stupid mistakes. So here I took the armor, and then obviously the blade, and then the mushroom. Oh, actually I changed my mind, and I got the other one instead. Saving all those for next time. Wave 3. This one actually did take me quite a few tries to get, so by the time I actually did finally get it here, it's hard for me to remember exactly which one was which because I did it so many times. But our goal is to at least get to wave 20 to beat it, and then see how far we can go on with the build beyond wave 20 into endless mode. So yeah, I've already got decent melee damage. I had a couple of regen and a couple of lifesteal. Nothing too crazy, but pretty average start, to be honest. Trying to use the big, I try to use the big swinging motion of the blades to, you know, hit multiple enemies as best I can with the blades here, because they're not the best weapons, but if you kind of move your character right, you can get actually a lot of kills with them. Got an item there right at the end of the wave as well, which is very clutch. Took the broken mouth. The snake is good if you get like a bunch of the sausages as well. Do more melee damage just because, I mean, the blades themselves kind of start off pretty weak, so I like buffing them up early at the beginning. And then I go wave 5. I'm doing my best to take out enemies, but then also run around and pick up the extra materials, because picking up the materials, as you can kind of tell, does actually take out a nice bit of extra enemies for me. The nice kind of little safety barrier for taking out more enemies there. I took the medical turret, and I get some more HP regen there as well. Upgrade the blades a little bit. The bag is actually really good as well. I think the bag is kind of underrated. If you make it deep into endless mode and you look at the stats on the bag, like that thing will actually get you so much extra materials. You wouldn't really expect it, but it can be super overpowered. Okay, so going into wave 6 here, we got a medical turret that we can kind of just stay around to keep ourselves nice and healthy. Part of the idea with the +1 HP recovered from consumables is because it is sort of like a luck and material build. The more luck you have and the more materials that are dropping, the more chance that there are for consumables to drop. So making the most of those consumables can be helpful for surviving these first few waves. Well, that being said, these blades really don't feel like they do a lot of damage, especially for like a melee weapon with such short range. Piercing is not super useful for this build, so I just recycled that one. In other builds, piercing is like incredibly vital, but not for this one. So here, actually, I took the circular saw just because I like the motion of it. I feel like the kind of big arced attack that it does can actually be pretty good. You take out a lot of enemies with it, especially when they're all crowded together. Sort of a similar motion, I guess, to the blades, but I don't know. For whatever reason, the saw just feels better. Maybe it's got a slower cooldown or whatever, but or faster cooldown. I mean. To me, it does. It feels better when you're playing when you use the circular saws. I do take a lot of hits on this run, but we've got pretty good healing stuff, so not too big of a deal. Got kind of low there. Doing my best on wave 7 to take out all those eggs before they hatch. And nice, good wave. Yeah, going for more damage there because I could tell that those those plates were not really cutting it damage-wise. Save the spicy sauce though, and the metal plate and the missile for later. Those are all good items to have for sure. Nice, we got an item from the tree there as well. Probably should have picked up that item because I got the bag, so I would get extra materials for picking it up. I don't know if I actually did here. Oh, I did. Okay, nice. Very smart. This wave can be difficult just because there are so many of the big guys that are dodging at you, and I don't really do that much damage, so it takes a couple of times of being in those big guys' faces for actually to take them out. I've got decent regen though. I'm trying to stay near the medical turret, but you know, all the enemies are doing their best to block the center right there. But we did survive. Ended up not taking that one just because I didn't want to lose any more attack speed than I already did. Although that being said, damage, the missile does lose a little bit more, but 10% damage is probably worth it just because currently not doing anything. Free reroll is always great as well. And upgrade the circular saw as well, which is nice. Get the pickup range as well, just because it is kind of a material build, so having that extra pickup range can be clutch. This wave is actually pretty good for my build just because there's so many enemies on this wave, so many weak enemies, I should say, on this wave. And a lot of my weapons are kind of weaker, but they do good sort of splash damage, I guess you could say. Cutting through multiple enemies. So I should end this wave with a good amount of money here. Up the item crate as well. Doing a good job of taking everything out as well. And nearly 500 materials for the end of wave 9. Pretty solid. Metal detector can be pretty good just because of that 5% extra chance for picking up the material. Also some crit is nice to have. For melee damage, just trying to get my damage up as high as I possibly can here. Speed is super necessary, else I need to die. I usually feel like I need at least like 10 or 20 speed, or else your speed doesn't have to be insane, but if you at least have like 10 or 20, it can honestly help so much. So here I went for 2 circular saws instead of combining them into a max one, just because I like using the circular saw. Adrenaline is a super good item to have. Community support is also nice. And said tomato, like obviously you start with plus 50% regen, but at this point that plus 8 regen, doubling my HP regen makes it pretty worth it. Alienize is also a super nice one to have. Just passively is like another super good weapon for you, basically. Pretty much no matter what build I'm using, I always like getting a bunch of Alienize. It's rarely ever bad, because the Alienize can also crit as well. They can lifesteal. If you combine the crit with like a hunting trophy as well, then they also get you the extra materials that you get from the hunting trophy. So yeah, in general Alienizer are a very solid one to have. Wave 10 can be a bit tricky. It's basically just like wave 8, but you know, a little bit harder. The main thing is really just to not get trapped in a corner with like multiple of these guys dashing at you, because then there's nowhere to go. I have died to that many times, so I really try to avoid that now on waves 8 and 10 for sure. Take that for the melee damage, more melee damage as well. 9 max HP is too hard to turn down in that scenario. I was looking at the shotgun there, but I just didn't really have enough range damage. The shotgun is actually a pretty decent gun. I like it. It seems to be good at taking out bosses from what I've seen, but really just doing more of a melee build for this one. Thing is, like with a lot of these characters in the game, like the lucky character, obviously, right? You think you're gonna go really heavy into luck, but like the main thing like that I found is like the characters that, you know, go heavy into like the econ side of the game, like the money side and just getting a bunch of materials, are kind of the best, just because then you can you could do a lucky build better than you probably actually could with the lucky character. I mean, starting off with like the picking up the materials deals damage is good, and I think if you made it into like a late run where you also got like a bunch of elephants and you got the cyber balls, then this build could be like insane. But it's a little bit harder to get to that point, I think, than some of the other characters where you can just get a ton of money, like the loud character or the demon or even the farmer, I guess. Take the armor there. You've got the lure there as well. The lure is probably my favorite item in the game. You get regen, and then in the next one you get 2 loot aliens. It's very good. Baby gecko is nice, but mostly just for the automatic attracting of the materials, because I get damage when I pick up the materials. It's only a 20% chance, but obviously if you get 5 of them, then you're set. Plus the plus 10 range on it is nice to have as well. So here I'm not even, I know there's no chance I'm going to take out the boss. I'm just not doing enough damage. Just trying to stay alive and pick up all the materials from the weaker guys, and you know, I guess you could get lucky if all of your material pickups damage the boss, but don't think I will here. That boss is still basically at full health. Circling back up there, try to get the item. I did pick it up. Get the bonus materials from that. I just got another item from that tree as well. So even though we didn't get the boss item, we still got 2 regular items, which is definitely not a bad haul. Improved tools is a super nice one, although my attack speed is incredibly down low on this one. Which would mean that it would actually hurt my buildings more than it would help them. So I just passed on that. Which, I mean, I guess it could be good if you then spend a bunch of time to get your attack speed back up, but just didn't want to do it. I took the 12% damage there just because, I mean, the attack speed is already in such a hole, I think it's just better to go for the damage than really trying to get the attack speed back right now. Just to kind of really lean into the more slow and heavy hitting attacks. So I combined those to get a max circular saw, and then got a level 2 one as well. Reroll. Poisonous tonic, I feel like is always a very good one to have. I feel like almost can't think of many builds where I don't take the poisonous tonic. It's pretty much always an automatic lock. Got a couple turrets here. They're not doing too much for me though. Looks like you turret kind of one-shots the weak ones and 2-shots the medium-sized ones, but yeah, to be honest, on a whole, it doesn't really help me. I think this build has the potential to be a lot better. It's hard to kind of get a super overpowered build with this character from the start. You kind of have to get lucky with your items and then eventually build your way there. "12 max HP is too hard to deny. Rip and Tear is also a super good item. That's one of my favorites. That is a very good one to have. Grab that poisonous tonic as well. And the mushroom for more regen. Save that for the extra melee damage as well next time. I suppose I probably could have combined the blades together, but I just don't really want to have another level 1 blade. Feels like it'd be so weak. This level can get real crazy if there's too many of the little shooting guys. So I do my best to kind of go around and focus on those guys actually on this level, but at this point it's already so insane, you just kind of have to survive. Can't really even try to take everything out. There's just so many little aliens on the screen that are shooting at you. Got the baby elephant, which is good because of our luck stat, but honestly we needed like a bunch of baby elephants right at the start. Just didn't get super lucky with some of the shop ones on this run. The armor is good as well. Alright, wait 50. do my best to take out the biggest threats first if I can. Also avoiding all the projectiles. Not sure how I snaked through that little gap there for projectiles, but just about managed it. Kind of staying right in the face of everything just because I have to with the melee weapons. A decent regen though, decent armor, decent lifesteal, so not too big of a worry. Plus, kind of when you're right in the face of all of them, you can pick up their materials instantly, which then helps you take out a bunch more of them. Nice. I was thinking about it here. Yeah, I think capping my max HP at 55 is a little bit early for that, but the 8 melee damage would have been nice. But not nice enough where it's worth capping your max HP at 55 right now. Grab another rip and tear. Pretty much get all of those. Those are all pretty good. Still, a nice win to have as well. Slows you down, but it slows down the enemies more, so it just kind of slows everything down a bit, makes the whole game a little bit easier. Gives you more time to react in real time to, you know, what's going on. Alright, wave 16. Do my best. Take out all the little guys and, you know, I'm basically trying to be in the crowd of the little guys, but also avoid the dodge of the big ones. Or the dash, I mean. Having good armor is pretty key for this build as well. So I picked up some more there. 9% speed because I was at -10, so. Tardigrade is also nice for this one. We got the Pocket Factory, which I always like to take, honestly. And another tardigrade next time. Even if you don't necessarily have an engineering build, I just feel like it... I don't know, it's nice having some turrets do some work for you. But yeah, I already knew there was no chance I was taking out this boss, so... Really just trying to avoid... and stay alive. See, I went in there for a little bit just to test out if I was doing enough damage and quickly realized that I was not. Got real low here, but good dodges, honestly. That movement. Got an elite loot alien over there as well. I go for it here at the end, but don't quite have enough firepower to get it. Yeah, it was close. Got a couple hits on it, but I think it's gonna have a lot of health. Sausage is nice just to have as like a bonus thing doing damage for you. Luck is pretty important here. Giant Belt is actually a super good item as well. That thing can do so much damage for you. Definitely take that. Use the free reroll and just save the rest for when we get back to the shop. Already used the tardigrade, which is not ideal, but kind of to be expected in this one. You're not really doing a no-hit run or anything. You will be taking a lot of hits, and you need a lot of good regen. Get down to 3 HP there. But we just about survived. That was pretty sketch though. Trying to stay near my medical turret as best I can. But it gets a little hectic here. For sure. Although that, picking up that fruit gave me 12 recovery, so that's kind of my main way of getting those big heals back is the fruit. Alright, that one was sketch, but you know, wave 18 is done. Only 2 more waves until we beat it. Take the 3 melee damage as well. Coupon is always nice. Get that second tardigrade. Oh, I took the other one first, but yeah, second tardigrade, and then combine and get the other. Is it chopper or blade? Am I saying it wrong? I might have been saying it wrong this whole time. I swear it's called blade. Maybe it's called chopper. Anyways, wave 19. This one can be tough just because there are a lot of like elites that like to spawn in. Or, no, they're called elites or empowered or whatever. The ones with the red around them. They can do you dirty. But yeah, just kind of again trying to take out all the weak ones and then instantly pick up their materials. And then dodge the dash attacks from the bigger enemies. Trying to pick up those fruits whenever I get low. Medical turrets helping out again. But yeah, I mean, this build looks kind of crazy because it looks like I'm getting pretty overrun here, but we are just about still staying alive. And now we're on to wave 20. The final one to win the run. Definitely take the speed there. Yeah, having -4 speed could be a bit tough, and the 6 more melee damage is super helpful as well. Get more melee damage there. I think I was thinking about the knife just because that level 1 blade is not super good, but is what it is. I do have 19 engineering, so I might take the turret here. Yeah, I did. It's not, I mean, the turret's probably not going to really do much, but could help a little bit. All right, we already used one of those tardigrades right from the start. And the other one right there as well. Yeah, my goal for this was not to try to take them out at all, literally just to survive. This is very much a kill all the weak enemies and pick up the materials kind of build. Not a high damage, take out the elites, type, or the bosses or whatever type of build. Turrets are helping me out there a little bit, but realistically they're not doing anywhere near enough damage to take anything out. At least anything, at least medium size. They can take out some of the smaller ones, but that is about it. 3 seconds left, 2, 1, nice! And we beat the run. So now from here we just go on into endless mode and see how far we can make it. This one, I don't have super high hopes for. I don't actually remember how far I got in this one, but the build doesn't feel super great. But sometimes you can actually get an item or two kind of late game here that could kind of totally change around the build and make it super viable. We have another elite though on wave 21, which for a build where you're not actually taking out the elites and you're just dodging, definitely make it a bit rough. Although these two are not terrible, at least their first stage, I don't super mind it. Their second stage can be difficult. Looks like there's some eggs that are hatching as well on this, which is not great. Really just trying to run away and stay alive. When both of them are dashing though, with all the triangles coming around, can be super dangerous. Really just trying to take out the weak guys. And survive. Yeah, there we go. Wave 21 is done. Take that 15 luck, just because a lot of the stuff in the build is affected by the luck stat. Although considering I started off with 100 luck and I only got to 171 by wave 21, it's like it you know, didn't really end up actually like fully leaning into the lucky character. I mean, I think I tried as much as I could, just wasn't really given the best rolls of the shop. Once you kind of take a few items that it's not ideal for the build, the shop thinks that you want a whole different type of build, and then you get even less of the luck items. But we did still beat it, so that's good. But if you're going for a deep run to wave like 40 or 50, it's gonna be real difficult with this character, I think. Unless you literally get like a ton of baby elephants and cyber balls right from the start. Food alien there I'm trying to take out. I did end up getting it actually. A little chaotic there, but we survived. Alloy, actually a pretty good one. My dodge is already in the negative, so no harm in going even farther negative into the dodge. That lifesteal one can actually be good. I think it's not the best for this build just because obviously you're not doing a lot of very fast attacks, but it also gets you damage, which was kind of the main reason I wanted it, just to try to keep my damage up as desperately as possible with everything else that was going on there. Here I swapped out one of them and got another circular saw just because it is doing more damage than the other blades. However, taking that lifesteal item does pretty much instantly get rid of my 2 tardigrades, which is unfortunate. And in hindsight, probably not the best idea. Although, with this kind of build, you're going to take a lot of hits anyway, so it doesn't super matter. The 1 damage per second isn't that crazy because you heal quicker than that anyways. So, in general, those like 1 damage per second items are not too bad of a negative unless you need like the tardigrades for your build, which some characters you do. For this one, you don't really need it. It's more like the reason you die is just when you take like 15 damage, 15 damage, 15 damage like 3 times really quickly, and then that's usually what will take you out. But we still beat wave 23. So definitely not a bad run. Alien eyes are super nice. You can see they already did 35,000 damage just on their own. Take more of that melee damage as well. 25% and 12% damage is nice as well, just to really get those damage numbers up, and then save that max circular saw for the next round. Wave 24. Yeah, things on this wave are hitting for a lot of damage. See, that one hit me for like 20, it was 21 there, another 21. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Because you get hit by like 2 or 3 of those in a row, and that is what will get you. which on this build where you got to be kind of in the face of everything is pretty easy to happen, honestly. Yep, yeah, it just took 3 hits there too quickly, but that was still a pretty good run. We made it all the way to wave 25 and we beat it with the lucky character. So if you watched all the way to the end here, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.